Hart versus Xingua for this Terran versus Zerg. It's cross spawns, definitely going to help our Zerg player out with staying away from his Terran opponent, who has spawned in the bottom left. From Team Axiom, it is the Terran Hart.
Hart's opponent, of course, representing Invictus Gaming on the right top side of this map. One of the two Chinese players in the round of 16. Give it up for Xingua.
And Xingua, I mean, when you look at the way that he played in the last map, it was just, he got caught off guard. His Overlord didn't get the scout off, and in any other scenario, that could have just been a really fast third command center from Hart, and then he says, okay, my queens hold off your Hellions, I get away with being greedy, and then I turn the mid game into a nightmare for the Terran player. But that's really one of the big things in StarCraft 2, that, you know, that ability to get the information, or at least make a prediction based off of how your opponent likes to play. You know, historically, Hart did a lot of very standard macro builds, a lot of 3 command center builds versus Jaedong. So Xingua, if you study those games, say, well, Hart's probably not going to do, you know, he's not likely to go for, you know, 2 base 3 racks or anything like that.
I must say, I find it really exciting, though, to follow Hart's journey. He made it to the round of 8 once, and that was in Season 3, 2013. But other than that, you know, he was always one of the players in WCS America that you knew that he was capable of defeating a bunch of guys, and you knew he was definitely not the weakest link out there. But he was also not the guy that you thought had the skill set to take it all. This season, however, I really feel we are watching a different Hart. And if I look at the player list, I don't really know that there are too many guys out there who I would say are clear favorites against Hart. Of course, we do have Tasia in this tournament, we do have Bomber, we have Hyun, and we have even a couple of dark horses as well, like Big Baby and Check, that are all very scary players. But this Hart is a different Hart than I've seen in a very long time, and I wonder who can stop him, because I'm starting to feel really good about him, Nate.
Yeah, and when you look at the way that he used to play, crazy aggressive, and even that build kind of showed a little glimmer of the Heart of Yore, with the way that it wasn't the most unusual build ever, but the way that he did it is unlike many other Terran players. But he still used key elements that other successful Terrans have been busting out, like that fast Viking, like the Reaper into just a straight Reactor, not going for multiples of them. And it's been interesting to see his development over the course of this, and I like that he follows the Reaper up with a Marine. He wants to deny scouting, if at all possible. And since it's cross spawns, by the time an Overlord gets anywhere near hard space, he's gonna have plenty of Marines to deny his scout. So this is where things can get a bit tricky.
Yeah, he even had a couple of fun, cute moves in the last game. Like, he moved out with only 2 Hellions and the Reaper, and he left the other 2 Hellions at home. And he really did that because Xingua has shown tendencies in the past to make an unusual amount of Zerglings in a certain phase in the game, and then try to run by while the Hellions move out, and you lose a bunch of SCVs as a Terran, and you're really annoyed because you have the units to deal with it, but they were just out of position. And Hart already said, that's not going to happen to me. I can't scout everything in this phase in the game, but I'm still going to try to scout something, yet I'll be safe at home. And he was. Just those small things, it was just overall a really solid performance by him in game number 1. So far, game 2 doesn't really look very different, even though I feel the command center is even a lot quicker than it was in the previous game.
Yeah, this is Hart going straight back to that core greedy Terran build. 3 command centers, 1 gas, and he's still going to go for the Starport. I still think that a Viking is a great mid-game choice. These Zerglings, it's nice for them to get a scout. If they could get up that ramp and see the 3rd command center, I think Xingua could do exactly what he did in the last game, which is just drone like mad.
And actually get away with it.
But because he hasn't seen that, this Overlord he has in the bottom left, about to enter the main base of Hart, needs to get that confirmation, because even though speed's done, once he gets up this ramp...
Ooh.
Okay, so he definitely sees the 3rd command center. This is really important, because if Xingua wanted to get aggressive as a counter to the play that Hart brought in the first map, he no longer has to. So I really don't think he needs to build much more than drones, and maybe a couple extra queens if he really needs to.
Yeah, well, in the last game he definitely had plenty of queens, so that will most likely be the same thing for him. This time, however, we do see the Banshee in production. I'm curious to see if he's going to fire up Cloak as well. Like you said before, Nate, Hart used to be a Banshee Terran. Look at the amount of Zerglings, by the way, that Xingua is producing. This time he wants to do it different, Nate. He wants to surprise, at least a little bit.
Yeah, I can't say it's a bad move. If you catch those Hellions,
Banneling Nest going down as well, way before layer.
if you can catch the Hellions with these Zerglings,
Oh,
either
he's
kill
hiding.
them.
Yeah, he's hiding the Zerglings as well.
Yeah, you know what? There was someone that did it. Was it Violet recently? Like tried to hide like a really fast Banelings attack.
Yeah, that was on Frost. You mean like the horizontal? That wasn't gonna spoil.
No, it might have been the game on Overgrowth. I don't know. There's like a weird. Maybe that was a bit later. But we've seen Zerg players do this and have a reasonable success.
Maybe you mean like maybe the game Hyun did it against Hard
Yeah.
on Frost with sick plays from Hard, but it wasn't enough in the long run.
Yeah, there was actually it was on this and Hart was in the bottom right, I think.
Yes, that was Hyun.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. So that could be the same type of build that works here.
Oh my God!
Hart does not have enough to defend this.
It is nothing.
His wall's not even done.
Yeah, it is nothing but Zerglings, and Hart really doesn't know either. Hart is moving out right now. Xingua is going to see that with his happy little Zergling, and he's like, yeah, please just go all the way across the map. As we see 11 banelings on the production tab, hidden in the south side of this map. I'm really digging the play here from Xingua, going back to his roots, trying to mind game Hart here a little bit, and this could just work out brilliantly. He's going to try to get the surround. Hart is probably confused now. He's like, what the hell, man? That's a lot of Zerglings. What you going to do with all those Zerglings?
He realizes what's going on, but the Zerglings are already moving in for Xingua. They're going to get on top of this ramp. He can deny the Hellions from going back into Hart's base, and then suddenly these Banelings won't be time to get the surround on the Hellions. A few of them taking a lot of damage, but the Banelings have broken the natural wall. A few more Banelings in production. The SCVs are still here. The Banelings are going to get on top of these workers, but he's saving them. He knows that there's nothing here to defend them, so he wants to break the ramp. The depots have been lowered. He doesn't even need to.
Sick, actually sick Hellion control by Hart. He still has a couple of them alive. Of course, Xingua needs to do a ridiculous amount of damage with this, and he is doing damage, but he needs to do more. Okay, he has a lot of Zerglings in the main as well, and it is nothing but Zerglings streaming across the map. It's 40 army supply against 12. If Hart holds this, well, that would be an absolute miracle.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 3 command centers, you can afford to lose a lot of SCVs. It's still just pure Zerglings being made by Xingua, but so many of these SCVs are so low on hit points. These Zerglings kill them just incredibly fast. These Hellions are trying to fight in the mineral line. There is the Marine, but the Lings are going to overwhelm this force, and I think that we're starting to reach that point where Hart might lose too much because Xingua's not missing any injects. He's just going to send Zerglings across this map until the end of time.
Yeah, exactly, till the dawn of days. Only 12 SCVs remaining. Look at these 2 Hellions in a very juicy position. Stim is about to finish up, getting a couple of really good shots off. Hart might be able to stabilize after all, but we have to ask ourselves the question, because that's what we do, and that question is, at what cost? Well, at the cost of losing 41 SCVs at least, perhaps a few more. Orbital Commands are good, Nate, but are they that good?
7 SCVs and 3 mules. Anything's possible, right?
Terran's ahead. Well, Hart is still going to try to hang in. The command center is burning, by the way. He needs to be able to save it in the near future. Xingua is still producing nothing but links. This Banshee must have so many kills, by the way. He did some work. He put in OT.
40 kills in the Banshee.
Oh, it's a commander. Can we play the David Guetta song? Just kidding. Don't play the David Guetta song. It's bad. I don't want to listen to the David Guetta song at all, Nate. I don't know why I said that.
It's okay. This next attack will probably. The Banshee put in work, but I don't know if she can lift this much.
Well, eventually she will. This is gonna be all right. Got a Baneling, got a few more. Oh, look at these Hellions from the high ground.
Stim is done.
Actually,
everything's gonna clump up so hard. He's focused on the Banelings down. The Hellions can fight these Zerglings hard.
But there are like 10 more coming in.
He refuses to die. 1 Baneling detonation will kill all these Marines.
God.
He needs to keep focusing them down. The Banshee's doing work, but once these Lings get around the army, there's no more choke point. I don't think that Hart can hold this off.
I think he can. It's Hart. Hart is so sick. He is still alive.
52 kills on the Banshee.
No,
Lift the command center.
Lift the orbital. You need the orbital.
Don't be a hero.
So Hart has just somehow stabilized with like almost no units at all. Did a great job in sniping all these Banelings. You remember that, like, even against Hyun, when he played this game, he was under so much pressure, but he had remarkable holds. He did die eventually, because he was a little bit out of position, but his micro was insane. Now again, you know, Nate, he will have Stim, Medevacs, and Combat Shield against a lay attack Zerg. Do you believe in a thing called Mew?
I would say I do, but is Xingua, what's most important...
Oh my god, he's down. He's down 47 workers.
We've reached that point where Hart really needs to get some work done with the forces that he has. Like, as much as threatening as this next attack from Xingua will be, like with these Zerglings that he has on the map, if he tried to run in.
Whoa.
What's even more important, I guess there's a lot of Overlords.
Yeah,
here.
there are so many Overlords on the left side of the map. This Viking, because obviously Xingua never expected to go into a micro or macro game, excuse me. So this Viking is just like, oh, so many Ovies.
I don't know if 10 Overlord kills could
Yeah.
completely salvage this.
Poor Hart, he was supply blocked as well. Hart is currently down 40 workers. And there is a Spire on the way. No. I refuse to believe that this is possible, Nate.
You know, he has almost like a fourth of his opponent's workers, and he has half the income, so... Anything could happen, Roddy. Anything could happen. I like that he got Overlord speed just to bring all of them back, because that Viking would have gone ham.
Of course, with the Spire on the production tab. I mean, this drop is basically like Hart's livelihood right now. He needs to do work with these medevacs that carry a couple of Marines. Poor Hart, he's so poor that he can't even, fill up the medevacs. It's like, man, these are really some rough economic times. 8 Marines is suddenly a very expensive price to pay, so it's just going to be a 12 Marine drop for now.
Yeah, one thing that's nice for Hart is he's had this 1-1 upgrade advantage, that I think is probably one of the biggest reasons why he didn't die. And as he now is getting this armory, if he can fight with just Marines versus Zerglings, he's actually going to trade like, incredibly well.
Xingua has not spotted this medevac yet on the north side of the map. There's a Banshee doing work in the net. 60 kills, no way!
Oh my god, this needs to be an achievement for this. The Marines are in the main base, Hart dies hard, and these drones, I can't believe it, Roddy.
Nah, I mean, okay, he's gonna work on the spawning pool. Low Zerglings streaming in, but like you said, 1-1 Marines trade very well. But there are a few Banelings, 6 snipe there on the Baneling. Okay, in the end, it's just a few Zerglings too many. The thing is, Nate, there are 8 Mutalisks on the production tab, and Xingua is still 26 workers ahead. He's going up to 4 bases. Hart might be able to cancel this 4th base. I'm not sure if he has the time for
Marines,
that.
man, Marines. He's moving in on that 4th base, and he's just going to focus on the Zerglings are going to run in, and he might be able to defend this. Okay, so the Mutalisks being here is what makes this really complicated, because if he just chases under, he should force the medevacs to unload. But
reinforcements are making their way across the map. Are there any Banelings now? There are 9 Banelings. That should be enough.
And there is some creep here. Oh, he's targeting the full medevac. Hart's going to unload and does kill off a lot of these Marines. But he's got some Hellbats here, and the Banelings rolling off with the creep. This allows Hart to split pretty damn well, and well, he's still got good enough Marines.
Yeah, Hart is pretty sick when it comes to sniping Banelings. Just a single Baneling out on the map. Hart is still down 26 workers, so needless to say, he's still in a little bit of trouble. He will pick up one of the queens, and he's going to get a couple of these creep tumors.
Praise the mule.
2-2 is on the way for both players. Slowly but steady, Hart has what I would call an actual economy.
Praise the mule, Roddy.
He's not there yet. I mean, he's still in a pretty dark position, let's be honest.
I mean, the upgrades are getting pretty even. I think the biggest threat for Hart should be if Mutalisks attack any of his bases. And he's going to try to, he's getting up a missile turret or 2, but these counterattacks, like, all Xingua needs to do is kill, like, 1 mineral line again, and the economy should just snowball out of control. But Hart's still got enough forces, split well enough to defend, and
wow.
He's doing it, man.
The fact that he is still alive and that he's actually like in a position where his micro in the fights is going to matter is already an achievement on its own. I'm very sad that the Banshee did die. A 60 kill Banshee, then he deserves some sort of an award as well. But
I don't know if I've ever seen a Banshee with that many kills
Me
before.
neither. Let's give her a name.
I don't know, Melinda? That's the first thing that came to mind.
Why would you call her Banshee Melinda?
That's the first thing
She's
that came
totally
to
not a
mind.
Melinda. Melinda doesn't sound like a strong, independent Banshee pilot who don't need no co-fighter husband. You need something more powerful and catchy.
It's all like 2-2 finishing up soon for both of these players, but it's not done quite yet. Oh, these Banelings, this could really hurt. Hart needs to get his workers out of there. He does split, he does pull them away.
At the same time, Xingua is going to try to kill Hart's army in the middle of the map. Sick Widowmine shot there. Gets all of the Banelings. Not too many Banelings remaining, but it's still a lot of Mutalisks. However, Hart somehow survives for now. Is also going to try to drop over here under maybe natural or fort side. More Banelings rolling in the middle of the map. This time Hart was not paying attention and ends up losing a lot of the Marines. Also lost a lot of SUVs at home.
Yeah, 2-2 is done. Well, his +2 attack is done for Hart. He's still waiting for that next upgrade, but he's going to kill these Zerglings really fast with this drop prior to that. And he did not lose his workers at that 3rd. Just a little bit of delayed mining. And, for a guy that's been this far down in supply against a Zerg player, he has held on phenomenally well. in this game.
Wait, what did I see that? Okay, Hart is currently down 23 workers. There are 12 banelings on the production tab now. Hart is doing a really good job in pushing the creep back. That helps him a little bit. You know, I think for the first time ever, like in the history of something, Xingua might actually mine out his natural quicker than his Terran opponent. This is not something you see every single day. There are again 9 banelings morphing on the left side of the map. There is a Widow Mine this time. That Widow Mine could get a really juicy shot off.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, the income has actually stabilized. It's even between the two players. You know, praise the mule. And these baneling run-bys, if he can continue to pull his workers away fast enough, I really feel like these are going to hurt Xingua more than help him, because he really needs the gas. Because if this Muleless cloud could get big enough, he could keep Hart on the other side of the map for a while.
Cute micro there by Xingua, saving one of his Muleless. We'll lose one more to these Marines, but still well done there. Hart is pretty damn blind in the end of the day. He doesn't really see a whole lot other than his army in the middle of the map. There are so many banelings rolling around for Xingua, who is showing us no signs of having any ambitions of becoming a hive Zerg. No infestation pit yet. It's all about Ling-Bane with 2/2 upgrades and +2 flyer attacks on the way as well.
Yeah, this is... I mean, this should be the point where Xingua should be able to win this game. But how many times have we said that on this map? Yeah, he's made some really good plays.
He could do a really sick baneling set. Imagine if Xingua attacks from the front, from like this side of the Zelnite watchtower, and then like Hart starts splitting his Marines back, and then those 9 banelings from the back roll in. That would be a sick baneling sandwich.
I mean, it could work. I guess when in doubt, more banelings. He's currently at 44. He's going to go up to 54 banelings, Roddy.
Yeah, he's also going up to 5 bases. However, this next fight is going to be so important. Like, Xingua really needs to do serious work / game-ending damage here, which he's definitely still in the position to do so. He's up 30 supply. That's, of course, pretty sick. But if he doesn't, then he's going to have to fight against 3/3 Bio without having access himself to a hive. The banelings from the left side will roll in. The Widow Mine gets a sick shot off.
What? Well, if Hart needs a miracle, he's got part of it so far. But without the Widow Mines, he needs more juicy Widow Mine shots, as you would say, if he wants to be able to win this game. He's really trying to bait those shots out, and he has.
Good job there, getting one of those Widow Mines to trigger. 19 more banelings on the production for Xingua. Xingua will go up to like 65 banelings, so the baneling train will keep rolling in. Can Hart's splits be good enough? Is this possible, Nate?
Off creep, he's making it work so far. The Widow Mine gets most of the banelings. Hart only has a few more banelings to kill.
God,
he still has 40 Marines.
What? And 3/3 is about to finish up now for Hart as well. He's still down 22 workers, but he's going to be a 3/3 Terran against the 2/2 Zerg. These Mulelists are going to do some work in the third base from Hart, so a few more SCVs will fall. The missile turret went down, but Hart is playing an absolutely phenomenal game so far. He's going to look to take a 4th base soon, as one little Marine is pushing away the Overlord that's blocking creep. He doesn't have a 4th command center, but he can take off. He can take off with the Orbital, but of course he would love it to be a planetary fortress. What a game by Hart! You know, Nate, from this point, he's actually up in army supply now, and he has 3/3 upgrades. If you wouldn't have seen the start of this game, you'd say that the Terran is in a pretty damn good position.
This game has been, I mean, this game has been crazy. He's going to go in for this 3rd base. The Mutalisks know that the army's on the south side. There's banelings on the left.
Here.
The SCVs are running to the left into those
Widow
banelings.
Mines.
Not quite so great still, but he does have a large army, as you'd mentioned before, where the 3rd base has been lifted. He does have another Overlord blocking that 4th command center position, so he's traded a couple of blows, but still, this army, he can no longer challenge in a straight-up fight.
No, there is a drop going on the north side of the map, actually doing a little bit of work. The Muta count is high enough. Well, actually, these Marines, 3/3 Marines, picking off 2 Mulelists immediately, might even get 3. Yes, he does get 3, so not the worst trade out there. Drones is not mining yet. Xingua did retake a supply lead again, of course. He's still down a little bit in army supply. There is a bio army from Hart marching across the map now. He's only on 35 workers again. Army supply is up. It's all going to come down to the engagement again. Can we one more time see ridiculous baneling connections?
Fighting off creep, the Marauders and Thors up front, Marines spreading behind all of it. The baneling count's getting lower and lower.
The control.
You can't kill this guy.
So sick. Did you see? That's Automated 2000. I'm checking to my left right now. His heart's still sitting there. Yes, he is. He did not take off. Those splits were sick. 73 army supply against 61. He's stepping on creep now. This is where it gets dangerous, though.
Yeah, he's just got Marines versus Zerglings, and with an upgrade advantage and medevacs, that will always go in the Terran's favor. Killing Zergling after Zergling needs to lift up and run from the Banelings. And the Bane train,
no.
he's being slow. These Mutalisks...
75 army supply against 60. Hard is moving in towards this base. This is the most ridiculous TVZ that I've seen in a long time. The Mutalisk are on the other side of the map, working on the Orbital Command. Banelings getting reasonable connections this time.
Yeah, this is what he needs, but the Mutalisks killed that fourth command center, which is quite nice. He's going to go after Addon's heart. He's just saying, hey, if your Mutalisks are going to be over there, I'm going to keep fighting you. And even though you're making Banelings,
oh my god,
I've got robotic hands. I can split for days.
Yes, he can. He's going to pick up these Banelings as well that are morphing into natural. None of them will almost finish up. The other Banelings will probably not finish up either. Xingua is falling apart. There come the Banelings. He cancels it. The Banneling Nest will fall. Are you kidding me? Hart is about to perhaps win one of the most ridiculous TVZs that I've ever seen. I cannot believe what I've just witnessed, Nate.
I believe in the mule. I believe in the mule, Roddy. He has just about done it. These mutas are doing a great job of delaying the production, though. If Hart's army does, if he can just clean up Hart's army once, he has so many mutas parked on the production. He cannot. He pretty much can't rebuild this force because he's just been slowed down so much.
But how is he going to clean up that army? He lost his Bane. Okay, he still has a few Banelings in the main base, by the way.
He got
Hart needs
more.
to pay attention. I'm not sure if he pays attention to these Banelings. I'm not sure if he's seen them. Maybe he has seen them now. The Tor is making his way home, by the way, so it's just Marauders and a few Zerglings. Banelings connecting with Marauders is not what Xingua needs. Hart will...
Oh, good shots. Good Banneling detonations for Xingua. These mutas are still ransacking the main base, picking off Marines, picking up everything. And now he's starting to get a nice, comfortable position. Keep in mind, he has a lot of gas. If he can stabilize, he can pump out, I guess, a lot of... No, he lost his Spire.
The Tor made it home, though. He brought the Tor home, and the Mutalisk going to try to kill the Tor, but there are so many Marines assisting fire as well that quite a few of these Mutalisk went down. Only 3 remaining, and 3 Mutalisk is not all that scary anymore. Hart is somehow still like harassing as well in the fort base during all this. What an insane TVZ from Axiom's Hart. He's not there yet. The Nature is going to be the fort base from this point on, but with 3 bio units, almost no Mutalisk anymore. I really believe... Oh, there are Widow Mines as well, shooting at drones over here.
This game has been crazy. The only tech building he has is the spawning point. He needs to rebuild a Banneling Nest. He's actually building 2. Just in case. And he does have his layers,
I love
so
how
he
he's
can
getting them
like
right next to each other as well. It's just like, I really need a Banneling Nest. Let's get a backup Banneling Nest. Never again am I going to lose my Banneling Nest. So Hart will be mining off one base soon as all the other bases are mined out. There are 3 Marines on the north side of the map killing like 74 Zerglings. The Spire died as well, by the way, during that like crazy base trade stuff that was going on. So from this point on, Xingua can produce nothing but Zerglings. Now 20 Banelings are on the way, but Hart is knocking on his door again. He's probably going to have to abandon these Banelings, Nate.
Yeah, he's moving the Marines up with that 3-3 upgrades. It's just too much. The Banelings will finish, but with few Zerglings to support them and no more mutas here, he can just pick up.
Yeah, he probably he's going to try to split again. Hard, you're really playing with fire. These Banelings morphed like on top of your army. So this time the Banelings will get reasonable connections. But the reinforcements are arriving again. Widow Mine soaking up a few shots. Still pretty 6 splits down on the north side. I think this is it, Nate.
For the first time,
Hard has done it.
For the first time in 20 minutes, we have a supply lead for Hart. He's ahead in supply by 30 supply.
He's gonna kill these drones.
These drones are dead.
Wow.
Xingua, this game has just been madness. Hart is a god at this point.
Hart is an actual god amongst men. He made it to the Premier League once in his career, but now he is playing better StarCraft than he has done in a long time. A few more Banelings are going to try to save this game for Xingua. What was it, like 64 against 15 or something like that?
Yeah, it's 7 SCVs at some point in this game. GG!